in. You'll kind of see them.
Yes, ma'am. You stress eating? What you mean? Why he's stressing? Oh, am I talking too loud?
Hi, for anybody joining in, the webinar is kind of letting the audience filter in, so we're just going to give it a couple minutes for people to be allowed to enter the room. But thank you for joining us. I'll get us started as soon as I see the numbers stop counting upward.
I got it. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oh, we got something in the chat. Okay. Good evening. My name is Rachel Kinder, and I'm the Frameworks Director at Mission, West Virginia. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I was just saying we're going to keep this casual tonight. Lots of Q&A. We might interrupt each other. It's a Tuesday night. We're all at home. You're probably trying to keep kids out of the room. So like, don't worry. We'll just keep this a casual webinar, but we're so glad that you could join us. This is on hair care. And we have Ms. Elizabeth Call here joining us. So I'm going to do some brief introductions and then turn it over to her. My coworker there in the gray box there, that's Kylie Hassan. She's the communications director for the Frameworks program. And she's going to man the chat box and the question box. So if you have something, we want to take questions live because we're going to have live demonstrations and just a lot of back and forth. So if you have a question about something we're doing right now, just go ahead and type it in the chat or the Q&A box, and we will gently interrupt with that question so we can just kind of keep it casual. And this is part of a webinar series. And we did a webinar a couple of weeks ago that was great, and you can see it linked on our Facebook page. That was Tasha Hall with Tasha Hall Inspires, speaking about her experience in foster care. And then next Tuesday is our final webinar of the year, and that's Chauncey Strong doing Bridging the Gap, which is talking about foster and adoptive parents communicating with birth families during the CPS process. So that'll be another good one next Tuesday at 7. You can see that on our Facebook page too. But I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Ms. Elizabeth Call, and she's going to introduce herself and get started.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad you can make it tonight. I am a little nervous because this is the first time I've ever done something like this before. I do it on a regular basis, you know, in my livelihood outside of a webinar, but I'm glad that y'all made it. And I'm the owner of Noni Beauty Supply here in Huntington, West Virginia. And I come in to teach parents how to, you know, take care of their children's natural hair that are having issues with their children's hair, or they're just lost or just don't actually know where to begin. So I'm glad that you're seeking this information to take better care of your baby's hair, because I feel like that'll probably make you feel better too, as we all want our kids to be, you know, happy as much as possible. Okay, so to get over the jittering and stuff like that, because I don't want to ramble or anything like that, but my godson is going to help me today, thank God. But his hair, I had to shampoo. I was going to take you in, like pre-poo his hair and then take you in and show you how to shampoo the hair and stuff like that as well too. But my assistant couldn't make it today, which is okay. But we're just going to go from this point on. So basically, like, the main thing I really want you to understand is that your porosity and the porosity of the hair makes a huge difference. It doesn't even matter like what type of hair you got. It just really just depends on the porosity of the hair. So because that helps us to figure out what products will readily adhere to your hair, absorb the moisture into your hair strands, and just give you that luscious look that you're looking for, basically for your locks to be, your curls to be more defined and less frizz, and, you know, all those troubles that we're having, the tangling and stuff like that as well. So with Charles's hair, he has 3B hair. I tested his hair out with this porosity. Now they're like, now the testing of porosity is getting debunked a little bit now, because they're saying that, you know, with the oil on the hair, what have not, will make the hair float regardless. Now, I've been doing this like 26 years. I mean, I'm not going to go against what anybody says or what have not, but I feel like we can still get something out of it, even if that may be the case. So I feel like I want us to take a strand of hair. If anybody got like a strand of hair from your comb brush or what have not, we're going to do the water cut method, and then just take a strand of your hair. And preferably, I feel like if you got a clean piece of hair, if you just washed your hair, your baby's hair, if you get a clean piece of hair off of them, place it into the cup, and let's find out, you know, how long does it take for water to absorb into the hair, or if it continues to still float on top. That's going to kind of indicate that you have like low porosity, or if it floats in the middle, it's going to be normal porosity, or if it floats to or sinks to the bottom, it's literally you have high porosity. So with that being said, I said, well, if the cup method, if they want to go against the cup method and said that that doesn't work anymore, you know, there's a spray bottle method that you can spray the hair. And if the beads stay on the hair, the water stay on top of the hair strands, then that indicates that you have low porosity. So I feel like with all these things like being said, it'll teach us one thing, that how long will it take for the product to absorb into your hair, even with the water on your hair. And then we also will try like a strand, take a piece of strand of your hair. So basically, like, well, Christopher's hair is freshly washed, so I'm sorry, y'all, y'all missed the shampoo, but freshly washed. But basically with his hair, like I took a strand of his hair, just a tiny strand of his hair, and I basically rubbed my fingers stroking towards the scalp. If it feels bumpy or ridgy like, then that is indicating that you have like high porosity, like your cuticles are not closed. And if it's very smooth, then that means that your hair has low porosity. You could be in the middle too, because with our hair, we have a tendency to have two types of hair in our head. Because to be honest with you, I feel like my dad's hair is in the front top of my head and my mama's hair is in the back. So it could go from front to back or side to side, but we generally have like, you know, two types of hair going on, or two textures of hair going on. And I feel like if that is the case, then do we have two types of porosity going on as well? And what is the middle part of a product that will work for the porosity that's going on? If you have two different types of hair, do you have to use two products to make that happen? But whatever the case may be, finding out your porosity is the most important. So we want to know like how quickly does a product absorb into the hair, because that's what you want for your hair. You don't want products sitting on top of your hair, and you don't want to weigh your hair down because your hair done took in too much product. So with let me know how everybody's strand has everybody put their hair in a cup. I'm not going to do his because I don't have no hair in my comb or anything from his, and none came out in his washing. I've been trying to keep up with his hair, but I already tested him out a while ago, so I already know what his porosity is. And Charles literally has like his hair is like low porosity. He is a 3B and he is low porosity. So I'm going to do a leave-in conditioner with Aunt Jackie's leave-in conditioner. I'm gonna do the LCO method. Now with the LCO method, that means liquid, cream, and oil will be added to his hair because he is in a B-type hair. And I feel like with his hair, I don't like to over product his hair too much, because it will just hold it does not go very well for his hair at all. So with the LOC, the leave-in, I'm going to put into his hair, and then the cream will come after that, and then the oil, because his hair, like if you have high porosity hair, I would say do the LOC versus the COL. If I'm getting these letters mixed up, please tell me, because I've been trying to get this in my head all day, like getting it together. I can do it, it's just explaining it is so crazy sometimes. But with his hair, I'm going to do the LCO on his hair because of his hair type and his porosity that's going on with him. And then like for my hair, I do the LOC on my hair because my hair is a 4B, and I have high porosity hair. So my hair takes on a lot of product. When you have high porosity hair, it will absorb a whole lot of product. So I like to do the oil on my hair first because it acts as a barrier and keeps my hair from swelling and adding more moisture into my hair when it doesn't need it. And it'll seal my cuticle down a little bit better so that my hair is not puffy or frizzy or looking crazy or mat up and stuff like that too. So with Christopher's hair, we're going to do the opposite with it. Now, some people can actually have like core type hair, but still have like low porosity. So they'll probably want to try the LCO method instead. And if you feel like if it oversaturates your hair or if it feels heavy, just take one of the products out that you feel is making your hair heavy and then go with maybe like a cream and an oil, and that'll probably like work it out better for you versus you using all three products to your hair.
I'm going to interrupt with a question. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I did the porosity test on my son right before
Yes,
this
ma'am.
started,
Turn
and
this up for you.
and he said, "Why are you cutting my curls off?" But okay, so then we put it in the water, and
Yes.
it laid on the top, and then it slowly started to sink and went kind of vertical. So I'm guessing he's medium.
Yes, I would definitely say that you can probably trust the fact he has like medium porosity hair, which is good because it takes in enough of the product to where it just balances itself out and you don't have to like keep reapplying product like every day. Like for me, I would have to do my hair. If I do the LOC method, I can go probably about a week without my hair, without me having to add any extra moisture or any type of leave-in or spray to my hair or what have not. And then it's like, but some people will probably have to use something like that every day, just depending on how porous their hair is.
Okay, so
But his is normal.
Okay, so we've got three letters here, L, C, and O, and you vary the order, LCO or LOC. Can you talk a little bit about the L and the O and the C and what might fall under each category?
As far as the liquid is concerned, it could either be water or, when you saturate your hair, when you go in before you shampoo, your water, you can actually like spray water to your hair, or you can add a leave-in to your hair. Just as long as it's a liquid and it's light, that will be applied to the hair, because then that begins to open up. Say like with low porosity, if you do the liquid part on low porosity hair, you'll start with either a water or you're going to start with the leave-in, and then when that is applied to the hair where it repels water, so you'll have to massage that in very well in order for it to start to open up and take on the liquid part of the LCO method. And then you'll go in with your cream, and the cream will it'll absorb a little bit into and then close back up, but it'll also mix with that liquid, and then you place your oil on as a barrier, as a sealant to seal in everything. And then all of that will but with low porosity hair, that's why I say sometimes you got to be careful with that, because you could like it could be a little bit too heavy. But if that works perfect for you for all three, that'll work out, that's just fine. It's the same thing with high porosity hair too. The liquid, you can use a leave-in. Like with this leave-in, I'm gonna use Quench for his hair by Aunt Jackie. We have, what is that? Is it Lco too? She also has an amazing leave-in, like a leave-in conditioner, and also Miel has, is it Peony? I believe how you say it. Peony is an amazing leave-in conditioner too, that you can spray in first and then go in to apply your conditioner, your cream, I'm sorry, and then your oil. Or for me, I would apply my oil after this and then apply the cream. So with the cream that I'll be putting on his hair next, one thing, let me back up a little bit here. Sorry, y'all. So with your method, when it comes to your products, if you can just keep the whole line straight, but if you don't have the whole line of the product that need from the same company, it's okay. It's not a big deal, but most of the time, you know, when you want to get that really good, great effect when it comes to a product, if you just stick with the whole line. So like with Aunt Jackie's, I should have had the whole line of hers in here in order to, you know, apply to him. So you get amazing results with that, because that's why they're all designed together to work together. But if you don't, there's other products, you know, that you can mix together that will still work for your hair. But
Can
that's
you
what we were just taught in school. Just stay with the line of the product that you're using. And then
give
the
us some
cream.
yeah, give us some examples of like what would a cream be? Is it going to say cream on the bottle?
Yeah, it'll
Like
say butters. It'll just say,
butters.
basically it'll be like creams, or it'll say like butters, or like like it moisturizing butters. That's the cream part that we're talking about, because it's like a butter mixed with shea that will moisturize and retain more moisture into your hair shaft. And then the oil is basically like your oils, like for low porosity hair, you want to use lighter oils. So instead of using a coconut oil, you probably want to use like a sweet almond oil, or you want to use jojoba. You want to, what is that other one? Jojoba, almond oil. Is
Avocado.
it sunflower? No, I want to say avocado would probably be more on the heavier side, a little bit of the oils, because when it comes to oils, you can have like penetrating oils, and then you have like heavier oils or coating oils. So with low porosity hair, you want to use a lighter oil for your hair. There's one more oil. Did I say almond oil?
Oh,
Okay,
maybe that's
almond
it.
oil. Okay, almond oil, Yucca. No, that's another penetrating oil. Okay, I'm so sorry, y'all. But a lighter oil, just almond oil, or
Jojoba.
jojoba oil. I'm so sorry. But coconut oil goes great with my hair, because my hair is like really, really coarse and spongy like, so I have to use a heavier oil for my hair. Chat
box, Argan Oil.
Yes, there you go. Sorry, that was
okay.
the top one. See, that's what happens when you know what I mean. I don't keep it in here. I'm so sorry about that.
Chime in, guys. We'll keep it a conversation.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so argan oil, jojoba oil, and sweet almond oil works very well on low porosity hair. And then you'll get to the heavier oils, which will be like your coconut oil, which is the #1 top product. But if you're allergic to something like that, you can use avocado oil, or or a different type of oil to apply to your hair. If you have high porosity hair. Okay, so while y'all bringing up questions or what have you, has everybody tested their hair? Has anybody done the spray test or dropped their hair in a cup? Some people still waiting on the results. As I feel like this, if anything, it should tell us, like, especially like when you're going to go rinse, when you're going to go start saturating your baby's hair, it depending on how fast that water picks your child's hair pick up that water, it really should tell you like how quickly a product will absorb into the hair too as well. Just because of everybody like saying like this other test method doesn't even really work, but I feel like we can get something out of it, because your porosity definitely is very important to know, so you'll know exactly what product to put on your hair. Because I've tried products on my hair and it just sat there and sat there and sat there and didn't do anything until I started. And then when I damaged my hair, then it was like, from doing different stuff to my hair growing up, it was like it would just absorb so quickly and then dry out so fast. And then Miss Graham, Rachel Graham was the one who came up with the LOC and the LOC and the LCO method. And so when she came out with that just made it so much easier for all of us who are dealing with, curly to coily hair. And it just made a huge difference in all of our hair. It changed the game, really. So does everybody want me to start working on Christopher hair so I can show you how this detangle brush is about to make your life so much easier?
Yeah, we have one. Go for it, Kylie.
We have one question. Yes. It says, it seems like their son's hair absorbs everything immediately, but the porosity test seems to indicate low porosity.
It says low porosity. Okay, so then it's probably because he already has like natural oils on the hairs, and they did say that it would just simply all hair will float because of our natural oils that are on our hair. So I'm wondering, like, even on clean hair, will his hair still do the same? But when they wet his hair, when they go in before they shampoo his hair and saturate his hair with water, how long does it take for that water to actually take on before they actually go in to shampoo their hair? So that can probably be a great indicator as to like what his true porosity may be.
Okay.
And that help him any?
Think so. I'll keep you updated on the chat.
Because
Okay.
I would like to have like a huge, I would love to have a very good answer about that too. When it comes to this hair and the products and stuff, it's always going to be trial and error with it. But if we can just minimize it a little bit, so you're not out there just trying everything on your hair and wasting so much money. If we can just narrow things down and just apply products that actually work for your hair, that's where we're basically trying to get to. So we can figure out this porosity thing, then I think we got it pretty much. Because even with your hair type, you can have like type 2 hair and have high porosity hair, but a low porosity product is not going to work on that hair. So it definitely it comes to the porosity. So I would just say, when you're saturating the hair, pay attention to how long does it take. Does it take, a minute before the hair absorbs water? Does it take 2 minutes? Like, just try to figure out in between then. And then when you figure that part out, that should let you know in between there if it's high porosity or if it's low porosity. If it's past, I want to say, a minute or two, then basically it's like it's going to be like low porosity. But if it picks up water really quick and instantly, as soon as it hits the head, basically you have high porosity hair.
They said that did help them. Thank you.
Okay.
And we've got a raised hand. Let me see if I can allow this participant to just ask their question. All right, Daryl, see if you can ask your question. I think you have to unmute yourself.
Hey, Gigi.
Hey, how you? Hey,
I'm
Chaka.
good. I just wanted to know, the same things that you're talking about, can that work for beard hair? Because my beard hair is dry.
I would say so too, Chaka, to be honest with you, because hair is hair, so I feel like just test it. Like when you wash your face, how long does it take for the hair to absorb water, your hair to absorb the water when you're cleaning your beard? And I would say when it comes to something like that, then we have to figure out like beard products that will have the pH balance that you need for your hair, like your beard, because we have so many different brands out and so many of beard oils and creams and stuff that some of them have ingredients in there that may not actually work for your type of beard, because your hair on your beard is the hair that's on your head. So I feel like testing that part out and see like if you have high porosity on your beard or is it low porosity. The products that you used before, when the best beard cream, did that work good for you? Like, did it absorb, or did it take a while before it absorbed in?
It took a minute, but I got kind of weird skin, so it breaks me out underneath.
Okay.
So that's why I have to use like light oils like jojoba oil and stuff like that.
Okay, so what about when you use the nappy styles? Did that beard oil, did that help? Did that absorb into your beard quickly, or did it take a minute?
It took a minute. It kept it wet and hydrated, but it didn't really absorb
in. Okay. So then it makes me wonder with this too, did we have to open up your cuticle on your hair in order for it to absorb in? For the product to absorb in. So basically, like when you're using your oil, heat your oil up a little bit, like in a cup of warm, like hot water, put a bottle, like your bottle in it, and then let it warm up a little bit, and then massage it into your beard and see if that opens up your cuticle and allow the oil to absorb into the cuticle. And then you can seal it down by putting maybe like a cool cloth on it, to seal the cuticle down.
I heard something about, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Is it called butane, or it's like a beard oil, butane or something like that?
Butane.
It starts with,
it's
it's
a
a
new
hair grower.
product.
It's a hair grower.
Butane. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Just send it to me and I'll look and see what that, because I haven't heard about them yet.
Okay,
Okay.
do you want me to share those graphics now? I forgot that we had
Yes.
those already.
Yes,
Okay.
for porosity, so people can see what hair porosity looks like, please.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, so can you guys see that porosity graphic?
Okay, so on the left hand, well, I don't know which way y'all looking at y'all stuff, so I'm gonna say left hand side, does that hit the high porosity? If I turn the other way, it would probably be the left side. So the high porosity one, this is what happened. Like because we can get high porosity, it's either can be hereditary or it can be environmental, of using chemicals, bleaching your hair, anything that could, basically put holes into your hair shaft. So basically, when you end up with high porosity, that's the whole bunch of product can absorb so quickly, because you see how roughed up it is. It's like literally like the cuticles are just blown all out of proportion, and just basically it can absorb anything into the hair right about now and just like swell up, and that's something that you just seriously just don't want. And then on the other side, the low porosity side, you see how silky it looks, and just it's all, because that means all the cuticles are shut so tight, it's just going to repel anything that comes near it, like literally like fight it off. So with low porosity, we have to find products that will open the cuticle up in order to be able to go inside of the cuticle and put all that good nutrients and stuff inside your cortex of the hair. So that's generally like what, under a microscope, that's what low porosity of your hair shaft is going to look like, and then high porosity of what your hair shaft is going to look like. Okay. And then the other image is like with your curl pattern. Most of the time, like if you saturate your hair, like Christopher's hair, when I saturated his hair, I could see his curl pattern automatically. And I left his hair, I shampooed his hair like this. I didn't comb through it or anything like that, because I really want you to see how I detangle his hair. I'm gonna swing him all the way around so you can see it. But Christopher's hair is, I want to say, he's a 3, hold on. Where's that piece at? Soon as it dries out. Okay, so Christopher's hair, he's like a 3B on his hair type. So it's basically, because it's not that coily like the C is, but he can probably go, it's probably somewhere in here where he probably has some 3C hair too as well. But when his ringlets are out, it's literally like his ringlets are really big and huge. But then when the hair takes on the water and starts to dry out a little bit and stuff, it kind of looked like a 3C. But that's not what I get from his hair, because his ringlets, I don't know if you can see that or not. Can y'all see that?
I'm gonna make your video big again.
Like, I don't know if y'all can really see that, but his curls, they're like big. They're not like real tight like a B would be. So he's I'm sorry, a C would be, but he's like a B. I don't know if y'all can see them little ringlets or not. If that, no, that didn't.
It's kind of a hard image to see.
Then,
yeah, a little bit. It's a little tough to see.
Okay, so his hair is literally, I give it as a 3B, and then on top of that, his hair still holds like water a lot, not oversaturated water. So his porosity, I just want to say he has like, I want to give him like low porosity, but he's like kind of in between, normal and low. So, but mainly I just go with the low porosity because I want the product to absorb in his hair very well. So basically, like with this, I'm going to go in now to detangle Charles' hair. So I didn't do anything to this. And my godson got a lot of hair, y'all. This is something we fight with every day. And I know some of you parents is probably fighting with your baby's hair every day. So I'm going to show you a method of how to basically like make it easy for yourself, okay? Okay, so basically when you start off with the hair, I like to section off the hair because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with a whole bunch of hair in front of you. And so basically I move with my fingers and I separate his hair. to detangle. If he make grunt noises, because I told him he better not make a sound. If I said, if I'm hurting you, don't tell him. So he over here
He's
grunting.
smiling.
Yeah. So, but normally I section into two sections with him because I try to get done with his hair. He got so much hair. But you can section into 4 sections. And I shampooed his hair with our Mixed Chicks sulfate-free shampoo.
So you said that you treated his hair before you washed it, right?
Yes, ma'am. I did. I pre-pooed his hair. Basically, all I did was I took some oil, and because I have oil and conditioner mixed together, and I took it in, well, when I was in the back to take the twist out of his hair, and I saturated his whole hair with it, took his twist out. Normally, when you pre-poo hair, you can pre-poo hair with oil that matches your porosity, or a coconut oil to pre-poo your hair with and separate your hair and detangle your hair. And then you can leave it on 15 minutes or so, or you can leave it overnight. But we didn't have that kind of time. So I just pre-pooed it just to detangle his hair real quick so that I can get him shampooed. And then I shampooed him with a sulfate-free shampoo. Because when you pre-poo, that is to basically like add oils to the hair. So just in case if you do have a sulfate-free shampoo, then it will remove all the dirt, debris and stuff, and then some oil, but it'll still leave some oil left over because of the pre-pooing. And it makes it so much easier to detangle the hair after the fact. It's way much easier. It changes everything.
Okay, that's a new one to me. So I'm gonna try that one.
Yeah, you'll like that a lot, especially your baby's hair is super tangled or just tangles up, especially when you wash. If you pre-poo, it'll eliminate all of that.
Okay.
Elizabeth, we have a question about earlier when you were talking about leave-in conditioners or lighter products, and the creams can be butters. This person's asking if you can use pure shea butter as the cream for the hair.
Yeah, but you absolutely can, because I use shea butter to do my twist out with. I just don't use a lot. So you can use, especially if it worked for you. I'm gonna tell you this, any product that works for you on your hair and it continues to give you that amazing, great results, just stick with it. Don't throw it out unless it just doesn't work for you no more. But if it's drying your hair out and it's making your hair not act the way that you want it to, then just don't ever use it again, because it's not meant for you to use that product. Our hair changes a lot throughout the years too as well. So products you've probably been using for years, you may not be ended up using, down the road, because our hair structure changes after, when we get older, everything changes on us, so you'll have to, but that, as far as that product is concerned, shea butter is the butter. That's the butter for everything. You can use that on your skin. You can use that in your hair. But it absorbs so good. It doesn't just sit on your skin. That's what I love about shea butter. And it gives me the best results for mine. And it locks in with my oil to lock my twist in a lot better too. That's when I got those beautiful twists when they come out and my hair is just sheen and it just looks so amazing. Like I love when I do my twist outs. So, but yes, you can do the shea butter, definitely.
Let's see, we have another question coming in. As we get older, what would you recommend for hair that is thinning?
Okay, hair that is thinning, mainly ginger, like natural remedy. You can do ginger, what is that, in an olive oil. And olive oil is like a heavy oil too as well. But if you use a little bit of that and grate you up some fresh ginger and then mix it with some olive oil and a splash of lemon and do you a scalp treatment and massage your scalp, as if you bring the blood to the surface of your head, it feeds your hair bulb, which will help your hair to grow. But as you know, we get blood flowing like all throughout our body, but you know, some people have like poor circulation. And it's like most of the time the blood does not go to the top of our head like it should. Like when we were younger and our metabolisms was up and we was running and all that kind of stuff, we had blood circulating very well. But as you get older, you know, things tend to, you know, go downhill a little bit. So you're going to have to just help it. So I would say massage your scalp or get those massage scalpers. You can see them, they're at the dollar store or wherever you see them. Just when you're just sitting watching TV, just massage your scalp, and it feels so good sometimes, and it relieves some stress too when you think about it, because you got that thing. It looks like a potato masher, I want to say, in a sense, but it opens up like for your whole head, but it massages your head. And that's one of the best things like to use to bring, you know, blood to the surface, and that helps to feed your hair more too as well. So definitely, I would say use that remedy. I mean, I'm not no, you know, specialist or nothing like that, but these things, I have tried these things before. And does it make your hair grow? I don't know, because I didn't stick with it that long, but I know it made my scalp feel amazing, and it exfoliated my scalp too. And removing that debris and stuff like that too will help, you know, your hair to grow as well. So thinning out, but ginger helps a lot when it comes to, you know, thinning hair or edges and stuff like that.
So a two-parter here. So sometimes when kids enter foster care, you know, maybe their hair has not been taken care of and they may have like, you know, thinning or, you know, missing patches of hair, you know, is that appropriate for kids too? And then I also see a lot online about like Jamaican black castor oil. Is that something that's supposed to help grow? Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. Castor, Jamaican castor is one of the top leading oils that will definitely, I would say, to use, because not only does it coat our hair and keep our hair from breaking or getting damaged to it as well, but it also has properties to it that does actually stimulate growth. So definitely using castor oil too as well. And if it's that severe, I would say like go to your doctor or your dermatologist too as well to check your scalp to see if anything is blocking your hair or what is making your hair thin out so bad. Sometimes it could be hereditary, you know, sometimes we just are not going to be able to like stop it, but you can prolong it though, you know. So I would just say, you know, something, you know, like that versus like we have products like our Organics products, you know, we carry definitely is proven that it does make the hair grow as well too. And I feel like using that, we have nioxin, that helps to stem because it has minoxidil in it. You'll definitely have to check with your doctor to see if you can use that product, you know, if you take medicine, because you don't want it to counteract anything that you're using. And then also, what is it, Miss Robin Lapsley. I hope I said her last name right though too. But she has a growth serum that she developed on her own here locally. And also I haven't used her product yet, but I've, you know, seen, you know, from her page that, you know, she has results from it or what have not. So I'm so super proud of her, you know, that she created something that would absolutely help people who are dealing with, you know, baldness or alopecia, you know, things that, you know, were stunting the growth or what have not. So yeah, definitely Miss Lastly did her thing, and I, you know, I appreciate that from her too. And she's also a cosmetologist too as well. Now, what was the other one about the children, the patch?
Oh, no, you answered it. You're good.
I did. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
All right. So let me get to detangling here for y'all real quick on this one. So I want to introduce this brush to you. Now, this is the because also with Tiffany, Tiffany Daniels locally here, she came into, this is why I love when my customers come in, because they with something that I'm not aware of just yet, or if they are seeking something, you know, I will definitely go find out, especially if I know it's going to work on a lot of people's hair, and it's versus just 50%. I like it to be a little bit higher. So when she came in and told me about this brush, and I remember seeing it, you know, but I just didn't really get into it like that. So when she came in and asked about it, it kind of struck me like, okay, well, let me go see, you know. So yeah, I set it, you know, the information down on my table for a little bit, you know, and then finally my aunt called and asked me, did I know about this brush? And then I look at the note that I left on my table, and I'm like, yeah, Tiffany did tell me about that. And I was like, no, ma'am, I don't know much about this brush yet. And then she said, well, I'm going to send you one. So when she sent me this brush, Miss Felicia Leatherwood created a brush for basically like curly to coily hair. And basically this is like a flexi bristle type of a brush. So as we comb our hair, it gives us the flexibility to comb through, can y'all see that? It gives us the flexibility to comb through our coily or tight curls. You see that? And it literally like glides through the hair. Like I comb my hair in 5 minutes. I couldn't even believe it. I was in shock. My hair takes at least 30 minutes. And I was just in shock about this brush. So, and she's very, what do you call that? Renowned. She's very known. She's a celebrity hairstylist too as well. And she literally created this brush. She is the original person that created this brush, because we have other brushes out there like this, but I wanted to make sure that she got her props. And this brush is called Brush with the Best. So this is called Brush with the Best. And this is by Miss Felicia Leatherwood. Okay, so I'm going to start his LCO real quick so y'all can see how this brush works in addition to how this method works on his hair. So I'm going to take some leave-in conditioner called Quench by Aunt Jackie's. And then on top of that, also, I'm going to make sure like y'all have, if y'all don't have websites like to go to get your information to study up more on the hair or what have not, I have like 2 websites that I can give to you so that you can get more information to understand your hair. Even understanding your hair, you know, it helps out too just as well. And then it also gives you all of your products that you'll need for your type of hair. It just cuts the guesswork out of it. And that's what a lot of people love. Okay, so we're gonna apply a little bit. I don't like oversaturate hair too much because it just, so I'm just gonna put, can y'all see that? A dollop of it like that. And then I'm going to start at the ends of his hair. So when you're gonna comb like coily hair or like curly hair, basically apply onto here, but start at the end and work your way up, because trying to start from here and come down, it's just going to mat up. So it's better to start at the bottom and work your way up. So you'll warm up your product in your hand, and then you'll gently start working it through the hair. Pay more attention down to the ends as well. Make sure you get that saturated really good in there. And just work in the product until you don't see it, And then I like to finger comb through his hair, like I'll pick it, because that helps to get out some more of the tangles too. Okay, so when I'm doing, now by this time, this is when I come in with the brush, and then you'll come in and do the rest of the product after that. But this part right here gives me enough time to go in to detangle his hair. So when I detangle his hair, I'm gonna start at the end and then work my way up. But watch how watch this brush. You see how the flexi bristles? Look at that. You see that? Are you seeing this? You look at this magic. Charles, do you feel any of this? And I like to hold the hair right here, because even if you don't have one of these brushes or a regular, use a wide tooth comb. just make sure you hold the hair like in the middle from the scalp, because then that helps it helps from pulling at the scalp. That's where the hurt comes in, because that part, because when you're just brushing and combing it, it's snatching at the scalp, and that really hurts. Like that even hurts me. So I always like to hold where I'm brushing at, and then that holds the hair tight in my hand so that it doesn't affect his scalp as I'm doing that. And then also this helps the conditioner to blend in the hair very, like really, really good. And you'll start to see the curls come out. Man, Charles, remember when I did, oh my gosh, you remember when I tried to, it took us forever. It took a long time, but not no more, baby.
So sometimes I will hear people say that you don't brush curly hair, but I'm thinking that that's probably not good advice.
Because it's not this brush. This brush, with regular bristle brushes, never. We don't, especially when our hair is dry, you don't ever put a brush to our hair like that ever, because you're just gonna damage our hair automatically, because even though our hair is curly and coily like that, our hair is very fragile. For some reason, it's just very fragile. So you have to be very gentle, with our hair when it comes to, using tools and stuff to our hair.
And that's kind of another question. So, as a white mom who has a biracial kid, I have very, very thin hair and I have to wash it daily. So having a curly haired kid, it feels a little weird not to wash their hair daily. But tell us about, what's a routine for curly hair that would not come naturally to me?
Oh, well, basically, our routine, our wash days can go from 2 to 3 weeks, just depending on how long our hair is. So basically, I can go 2 weeks without shampooing my hair. Sometimes I can go 3 because I'm not really out here digging ditches or getting dirty or nothing like that, or sweating very heavily or anything like that. So it just depends on your active life. If your scalp gets dirty quick or what have not, or when kids play and stuff like that, if it's not wash day, you can literally go in and clean their hair, co-wash their hair real quick. You can do something like that versus going in to do the shampoo, the conditioning, the whole routine. You can simply do take a cloth and some vinegar water and then just rub through the scalp just to get all the dirt and stuff off of the hair, off the scalp or what have not. And then just put a leave-in conditioner in the hair and then recomb the hair or twist it up, but that'll get you through until the wash day. So simple things like that is we just figure out different ways to get our hair done, our routines and stuff like that. So sorry, it just threw me off. But basically our routine is not complicated. We just don't shampoo our hair every day because we can't afford to do that, because the oils that are placed in our hair need to remain in our hair to keep our hair from being brittle or breaking off or snapping, literally, because you can pull a strand of your hair and do elasticity test and basically just tug at the hair to see if it's stretchy or not, or at its midpoint, see how far it stretches. But if you pull and it snaps, then pretty much your hair is dehydrated. So you're going to have to re-moisturize your hair to get the elasticity back into your hair. But we don't, normally our routines, we just don't do our hair that often like that because of those reasons.
Now, I've co-washed my son's hair with a
knocking on my door. Bye.
I've co-washed with a conditioner, or
sorry, y'all. I really apologize.
Somebody thinks you're open. You've got your lights on. Oh, they're going. Okay. So I've co-washed with a conditioner, or I have bought products that say they're a co-wash. Is there a difference there? Does it
What, for the
matter?
co-washes?
Mhm.
No, I don't really feel like it is, because I used to, before co-washing even came out, I used to clean my hair with just conditioner, because there were times when I just didn't feel like shampooing my hair, you know.
Mhm.
And then co-washes came out, so, and maybe they just probably put a different emollient in it, you know, or something extra in it to clean the debris off of your hair, versus you just using, like, you know, regular conditioner. So, but sometimes I just wondered, because when I read the ingredients on there, it's the same thing that's in there. So I honestly, I
They
don't
found
know.
a new way to sell a new product.
Yeah, you know, yeah. So
Relabel a product.
yeah,
Yeah.
because when I look at them, I look at, you know, the product, you know, and see like what's all in it, and literally like it's the same thing that's in conditioners, you know,
Okay.
from the product that I use. Now, other co-wash products I'm not sure of just yet, because I haven't looked at those, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have another question. Someone asked, on a daily basis, should they spray with a detangler and add a product to keep it looking nice and moisturized?
Definitely, yes, if that's what your hair requires, because if you wake up and your hair is dry and it wasn't like how it was yesterday, then definitely apply it. Just watch for product buildup, because you know, because then you'll probably have to wash your hair soon to get all of that off to start those, you know, start over again. Because our hair, we can, like today I can shampoo my hair and it won't act right until the next day. It'll start looking good because everything has absorbed in, and then I can go days, you know, doing that to my hair, and it just makes it look so good. But then probably by that 5th day, I'm going to probably have to shampoo all that off my hair, because it doesn't look good no more, because it's too much buildup, and it won't, the twist won't look good, or the curl don't look good. So yeah, if that works for you, absolutely. You know, treat your hair good, you know. So if your hair likes that, definitely do that, you know. And then when you have to shampoo it, because you'll know when your hair don't act right or something's wrong with it, it'll automatically tell you. And the only thing you can do is just go in and clean it off, you know, and then start over.
And we have one more. Is argan oil safe to use daily?
Yes, absolutely. Now, Moroccan oil especially is well, it's the same thing, you know, argan oil or Moroccan oil, same thing, but definitely is one of the best oils that you can use on your hair daily, even on your bundles. Well, I keep forgetting, but basically any type of hair, it works so amazing. I love argan oil. Like when argan oil hit the market, it was because it had been here the whole time. We just didn't know anything about it, you know. But once we found out about it, it was like it just skyrocketed with us, because it was one of the best oils we can put to our hair, especially when you have low porosity hair. It was like one of the perfect oils to put on your hair, and especially after we pressed our hair out, oh, that gives the best sheen to our hair, and it seals the cuticle. It just, man, yeah, argan oil is definitely the top #1, right there with coconut oil on the other side. So yeah, definitely argan oil. So definitely every day, if your hair wants it and asking for it, let it drink it up. Just give it to it. So now let me tell you with this real quick. Okay, so not only does this brush detangles, but it'll let you know when you need a haircut, because I'm brushing through his hair and I'm getting caught down here. So this is letting me know that he needs a trim. His curls are so pretty. He needs a trim, but it defined his curls so much better now. Hold on, let me get through this part here. And I'll show you, because even all of his curls just popped out, every bit of it. And see, and it just glides through. If I had a comb, it would have just, no, it would have got stuck. I would have been sweating, crying. It just would have been a mess. Children don't like that either, you know. Okay, so pretty much, one, I bet you that's that, there it is. Okay, And also on top of that, like any loose hair or like not damage, but loose hair that you have, it'll minimize all the shedding in your hair too. As I used to comb my hair and I would have literally like a ball of hair like this in my hand. But when I used this, I just had a little bit of hair that came out. So, and I figured that was probably just the dead hair. But when I was doing it the other way, I was probably taking dead hair and my live hair with it, you know. So this makes it so much easier to detangle through the hair. I'm just like so in love. I tell you, when I love a product. But as you can see, and can you see his curl now? God, I wish y'all can see that. Lean over a little bit, baby. I don't know if y'all can see his curl now.
I don't know if our video quality is good enough. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. But anyway, his curls popped out. So Christopher is a 3B, because his curls are like big, you know, they're not like tight like a 3C would be. So with that, okay, so now we got the leave-in in. Now we're going to put a little bit of cream, and then I'll go in with the oil. So then you'll add a little bit of cream, warm it up. And then you'll start to work it in. And pay attention to the ends of it. And even if it stay like if it's like white or what have not, don't even worry about that, because that's going to absorb in, as it'll take time for it to, you know, absorb into the hair shaft. But just work it through your fingers like this. There we go. Okay. Now that as you see, that absorbed really, really well. So we know that butter works very well on his hair. And then I'm gonna go in with some almond oil. You don't have to do a whole lot, but some almond oil. And then I scrunch it into the hair, and then I'll start to work it in too. Now this should leave his hair nice and moisturized for at least a week or two, because Charles does not cover his hair at night. He don't sleep with a cap or nothing. He just goes to bed. So with that being said, when he wakes up, I'll probably use like a refresher spray or like a leave-in spray to refreshen his hair. And then pretty much that's it after that, you know. So you can do that, especially if the hair is not covered.
What brand of butter was that you just used?
That was Carol's daughter's, what is that, cocoa cream. And then I'll part it into, for people who don't know how to braid, I just part it in two, and then I'll just twist it. And then that helps to, you know, seal in the moisture too, because you just put it up, you just put the hair up. So basically this is when we do our twist outs. Or if you do know how to braid, just plait the hair, you know, how you want it, you know, how you want their hair to be. But if you don't know how to do any of these things at all, don't even worry about it. Just let the curls just lock in, like with the method that you apply to it. And then just as far as like, if they're gonna wear their hair like that day, just tie their hair down so that the curls can stay there and stay moisturized. So when they get up, you don't have to do very much to it. And then just basically take like a refresher spray or a leave-in spray and spray the hair, or a little bit of water, probably, you know, being that it has product on it, and spray the hair and just scrunch the hair, you know, until the curls pop back up refreshed. And then that's all you got to do. And then just let them go after that. But if not, if you want their hair to be up, then you'll do like a braid or you'll do a twist on their hair.
So we have about 2 minutes till 8, and I don't want anybody to feel rushed. We will stay on and answer questions as long as Miss Elizabeth is available here. But if anybody needs to hop off, is there anything vital that you want people to hear before they sign off?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think there was like one question that was like, I would say basically, I forgot what that question was, but it was like basically like with your children, like as far as like, you know, knowing their, like for their hair and stuff like that, finding them a stylist that, you know, an ethnic stylist or African American stylist, you know, that can help you. Or if you got a friend, if you have any African American friends, you know, or family members or something like that, you know, that, you know, your child can identify with, but also they know they can teach you how to do their hair if you don't quite get it yet. But just, you know, keep them around, you know, their other half too, so they'll understand like where they come from and what their hair is about, so they can love their hair even more. Because I found out with most children, when they come in here, they just want their hair straight and long, knowing they can't do that kind of stuff. And it's not, you know, because they really got Caucasian, mixed children, they got the best of both worlds, but they just need to understand that and love the both sides of them, versus them wanting their hair to be straight and long, you know, like mommies or what have not. And their hair is just not like that. Your hair is mainly like on the African side. So, you know, African American side. So I want you to teach your babies how to love their hair and love their curliness, you know, of their hair. And then they'll appreciate themselves even more, and not to let them feel separated, like they feel like, you know, long straight hair is good hair, but really all of our hair is good hair until we make it bad, you know? So that's the only thing that I ask, like when it comes to something like that, if you don't know, or go, you know, just connect with somebody that's African American to, you know, help you with your child when it comes to their hair or what have not, you know, and teach you like different things that we do with our kids' hair.
Okay, that's a good note to end on for anyone that needs to sign off, put kids to bed, whatever. But we're going to keep rolling as long as, you know, at least for a few more minutes. I think we have at least 4 questions waiting.
And then I got, what is that other one? Oh yes, because there's a I'll tell you about it here in a second, when after we finish this though too. But there's a lady on Facebook too. She has a Facebook because she adopted children from Ethiopia, I want to say. But she did some amazing things. This is when I was in the process of putting this together, and I found out about her, and I just wanted to let y'all know about her too, so you can, you know, check her Facebook page out, because it's called Culturally Fluent Families, and she is Valerie Chavez, and she basically adopted her children from Ethiopia, but she stayed there and their environment and their culture to understand her children better, and then to also be able to, you know, anything like from what they need, from what they eat to their hair to anything that would make them transition better, like into her family, you know. So she just wanted to do the very best for her children, and I just found that to be so phenomenal. But I don't know if it really got much to do like with the hair part or not, but it may be something you may want to read about, you know, or check her out.
Yeah, she has a Facebook group.
Yeah. So you know
so
what I'm talking about,
good,
isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm in
I found that out last night.
I'm in a lot of groups for transracial adoptive parents. It is the best one that is out there. I think that's so neat. You found that too.
Yes, I loved it. I was very, very surprised. Like I just come across it and I just love what she did. And it just really touched me about that, you know, because I was like, okay, I can understand that, because most of the time when you adopt a child, it's your, you know what I mean? And you come with me and I'm gonna raise you this way. And because you just raising them as a baby, but forgetting about their cultural background doesn't help, you know? So when they come up, it's like they get lost. And it's like they don't fit in anywhere. They feel like they don't fit in anywhere because they really fit. They just don't understand, you know? So I felt like she explained a lot to me that made it better. You know, I was like, that was amazing that she did that.
I think she does excellent work out there.
Can you tell us the name of the brush again and where they can get it?
Okay, well, you can get the brush here at Noni Beauty Supply, and we also ship out too as well. And during the seminar, if you want to purchase a brush, just let Miss Kinder know, or let me see, is it Kylie know? Am I saying her name right, Kylie? Okay, sorry, baby. Or let her know, and then for this webinar now, charge, what is that, $15.99 for it. It originally sells for $17.99, but this is called the brush with the best. And this is by Miss Felicia Leatherwood. But you're not gonna promise you're not gonna regret this, but this is an investment.
And we had I was gonna ask this too, about Denman brushes.
I
This
love
woman's,
them.
I just got one for my son because they get recommended a lot. She says,
Yes.
my foster daughter is mixed and very curly hair, but will get wet pretty quickly. We wash once a week.
Okay.
So you like those brushes too?
Love them. Yes, I love Denman brushes too. I love Denman brushes because that, and especially when you're conditioning the hair, if you take the Denman brush and do what I'm doing with the Denman brush, oh my gosh, it's just gonna just condition the hair so well, and then you'll see all the curls pop out. It'll detangle. It just makes your life so much easier when it comes to taking care of your hair. The Denman brushes have been around for a long time, and I have always enjoyed my Denman brush, even when you're doing a blowout too. It works very well too with the Bennett brushes.
And tell me, okay, never mind. It got answered.
Okay.
All right, Kylie, we have more questions.
Let's see. Do you brush hair every day? So do you brush his hair every day?
No, because once I do this and then twist his hair up, or I'm gonna braid his hair up, I don't touch his hair no more until next wash day. And I'll just spray it, to refreshen his braids or something like that. But I don't touch his hair no more after that, because we don't like to fool with our hair too much. Because when we do that or apply too much heat or something like that, that's when the breakage comes in. That's when all kinds of problems just come in with our hair. We're not to really fool with our hair that much at all. Our hair grows the best when we don't play with it too much.
And we had another question that kind of, so someone's looking for a local recommendation. We could probably email them, even follow up with them after,
Yes,
for a 13-month-old. But so tell me, what's the norm in African-American communities for, like, when would a child get their first haircut?
Literally, to be honest with you, ma'am, we don't cut our baby's hair. We just don't like to cut our baby's hair, mainly, but we'd say about 2 years old or what have not, but we really don't like to cut our baby's hair at all. I think it's really up to the parent, to be honest with you, whether, because it's not going to hurt either way. I honestly don't know what that's about. I just grew up like that. So I just know we don't really cut their hair until they get a little older. And then sometimes it just falls into the part of where the parent just don't even fool with it no more, so they just, on boys, they get their hair cut low, they get taken to the barbershop, But with girls, they just get a trim. They don't get their hair cut off like that.
Okay.
Did that help?
It did.
Okay. We have one here that says they have type 4C hair.
Okay, that's
they do not know how to know more about the porosity. How do they learn that?
Okay, so with their 4C hair, what they need to do, like we said earlier today, is saturate their hair with water and see how quickly water takes on in their hair. So if it absorbs water real fast, then it's a chance that their hair has high porosity. So they could use products like the Quench product, from Aunt Jackie's products work so good on my hair because I have 4C hair. I love Aunt Jackie's products. I love Talia Wajig's products too. Those products work very well on my hair. And I love the fact that on all these products, it will tell you now they're getting so good now to where it's like my prayers are being answered. I always wanted to where they would section off like your type of hair or your porosity, and then basically just tell you what product to use, So I always knew my hair was like a 4C because I have really coily hair. Well, I'm sorry. My bad. That's my cousin's hair. Oh my God. I'm a B. I'm so sorry. But like with her hair, she can use products too, the same products that I use for my hair as a B. But with hers, like I think it was Talia's, the curly cream. The curly cream on her hair works really, really well for her hair because her hair is tighter than mine. In other words, it's spongier. So my hair gets spongy, but it's a more of a finer kind of a sponge versus a real tight compacted sponge. Does that make sense? Like the hair can be really dense, I want to say, on 4C hair. So you would definitely want to use coconut oils. You want to use avocado oil. And you, use Talia Wajik's products like the Curly Curl Cream is an amazing cream that you can apply to your hair to pop all your curls out. And you basically just take your sections and just run it through your hair, and then all your curls will just literally come out. And that keeps your hair moisturized for days. And then also Carol's Daughters, that cocoa cream is another really, really good product to use. And what is that? Not my mom. I can't remember what that one is.
Your mother's.
That person with me, and I'll send them out there. I'll send them out the products that they can definitely use. And we got so many products to save you, honey. I promise you, you'll be okay. Because a lot of these products I use for my hair too, because I do got 2 different types of hair going on. So sometimes I use those products too.
So if we have, oh, sorry, Rachel.
No, go for it.
We have a couple people who are interested in buying the brush. So how can they do that? So if they want to buy the brush?
Yes, so definitely either leave their email or basically tomorrow, if they call in, and then I'll get all their information for them and then ship them a brush out. I have Square, so we can take care of payment that way, or I can send an invoice out and then they can pay for their brush and I'll have it like shipped out to them as well.
What's your phone number? And I'll put it in the chat box.
Okay, it's 304-638-5867.
Great. And we were talking about products. Tell them about that detangler that you recommended to me, because the ones my kids dumped in the bathtub and I'm out of.
Oh yeah.
It works so good.
Okay, that was the Talia Wajik's product. It's the children's line, literally. What was that?
It's like a green bottle.
Yeah, I'm just having everything is just leaving me now. But Talia's product it's the children's line, and it's the what is that? The Detangle.
Sorry, I put you on the spot. I think I took a picture of it. I'll find it.
Okay,
so you recommended the Detangler.
Yeah, I noticed there are children's lines. So literally, like, that is one of the, I have sold that for years, and that has worked on pretty much every child's hair to detangle their hair out so quickly. Like, I have every parent who's come in here literally like buys that product up.
Oh, is it Kids Originals, Shea Butter, Detangling, Moisturizing Hair Lotion?
Yes, that's one of them. And then Talia has hers too. Okay. As it's those 2 that I sell the most at it, but you got the other one. Okay.
I got the other one. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, for any parents who battle tangles, that one was great. I've tried a lot of different detanglers, and this one really, like, it just glides and just makes the brush glide through. Kylie, do we have another question?
We have someone who is asking if you take appointments for showing someone how to do hair and products and things like that.
I've never tried that, but we can try it. I've never done it before, but I would love to take that on. Absolutely.
Okay. And so if you are interested, you can email Rachel and I, and we would be happy to connect you with Miss Elizabeth. And we have one more. We have when they put moisturizer in the hair, it curls way up. Is there any product to leave curl loose?
Oh, like for the shrinkage? Oh yeah, the shrinkage is definitely real. I do get that. Like, it's terrible when you'll like twist, like his hair, like I can twist his hair and it'll be all the way down here, but as soon as it dries, it's gonna shrink all the way up to here. Like, that's just the shrinkage. But there are products out that do get, it's called elongated products, you know, that will definitely like keep your hair elongated. And I think Niel has a product that's like that. Is it the pomegranate one, I want to say? Yeah, pomegranate and honey. It's a twisting souffle, but that's one of them that'll help elongate your hair. It was 3 sisters. I remember I used to carry their product. They had elongating gel that you can use to twist your hair with or to do your curls with, and it left your hair long, you know, elongated too. Tell that person, get that person's information, because I have a couple products that, you know, that will keep their hair elongated. Okay.
Okay.
We will save the whole chat box and respond to people tomorrow, but like if in doubt, email me or Kylie and we will connect you. And then we had another question. This is a good one. Do you recommend Shea Moisture products?
I do, because it's where I've used Shea Moisture, the retention product, the most. I like that product for my hair. Most people, I don't know, they kind of fell off of Shea Moisture. The Shea Moisture was like the top leading product that was out there. And then something happened to where people were not buying it, because even my store felt it, because all the product I had to donate out, because it wasn't selling for some reason. So something happened to where people just stopped using it. But
I
I
remember
still
that.
use it. They still
Yeah.
work on my hair. I'm not tossing anything out that doesn't, that still works for my hair and gives me the results that I'm looking for. As other than that, that's a waste of money, But if your Shea Moisture product, if you have it and it still works for your hair and you don't have a problem with it, use it. Don't waste your money.
That was going to be one of my questions. Are there any brands that you are just like, don't waste your money, stay away from them? Like any particular ones?
No, not really. Mainly I just wanted you to stick with the products that work for you, like your hair, or like that would absorb into your hair properly. But to stay away from certain products. No, not really, because
Okay.
everybody got their product line out there. It just depends on which one works best for you, because it may not work for me at all. So I would say, well, I wouldn't use that one because it doesn't work for me, but my hair type is different than yours. So I honestly can't say, certain products to stay away from.
So in the chat box, there's definitely some people who would be interested in getting some training. Who knows, in a post-COVID time, maybe we could do this class in person.
Yeah, I would
Wouldn't that
love
be
that.
nice?
Or I would even say, like, if there's a product that you want to know about, I'll go find like a hair type, whatever hair type or line, you know what I mean? And we can try it that way too. So say I can find somebody with 4C hair and I'll show you the products that work on that hair, or the tools that'll work with their hair. We can try stuff like that too until we're able to see each other.
Well, I'll keep this group on a mailing list. So if we do
Okay.
something following up. So there more to the demonstration? Is there more that we should see?
Oh, no, ma'am, that
Or
was
did
all.
we got the gist of it? Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That I don't see any more questions, guys. This might be a last chance for questions other than emailing us tomorrow for follow-up. Any more live questions for anybody? Round of applause to Christopher for being so patient.
I know. He in here squirming in the chair.
I'm not.
It's been a long time sitting there.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you for putting up with my nervous self. I'm so sorry, y'all, because I'm very knowledgeable. I just don't know what happened today, but I hope I gave you something you took away, that would help you understand, hair and dealing with your child's hair and stuff like that too. And anything else you need to know, just email Ms. Kinder and Ms. Kylie, and then I'll get back with you.
Okay. And thank you so much. This is something that's always been a goal of ours to do, and COVID kind of forced us to get creative and offer some webinars. So I hope that people enjoyed it, and we will be in touch and keep doing things like this. So,
yes, definitely. Thank you so much. And thank y'all for having me too. And is there, we're going to do the raffle. Did y'all do the raffle yet for the brush?
I think I need to wait and pull the list of participants. So I'll send it out in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So thank y'all so much. And thank y'all for y'all's patience. And my nervousness got the best of me, but I love you all. And thank you for being an angel for me today. I really appreciate that.
Lots of people saying thank you in the chat box. And one last question real quick. Were there two websites you recommended? One was Culturally Fluent Families, right?
Yeah, that one. And then also naturallycurly.com. Now that's the one I really want to let y'all know about, because pretty much any question you may have, anything, like literally that is the informational hub. like as far as like when it comes to all types of hair from type 1 to type 4, and then you know, different like porosities and stuff like that too. Oils, creams, butters, moisturizers, leave-ins, anything, any product, you know. So if you're like type 1 hair, your hair is just straight, you don't, maybe you can use Diva Curl in a sense, you know, because I think they have a shampoo for that, do they? Or do they? I don't know. I'll get back to that one too. But anyway, it'll let you know exactly like what products work for your hair, and it'll tell you, it'll show you the picture, what it looks like. It'll give you the ingredients that are in that bottle. It just breaks everything down to you. It just makes everything so simple for you to you know, understand your hair. So that is definitely one of the websites I want you to go to.
Okay, I typed those in the chat box for anybody who
Okay.
needs them. All
And
right.
I think is that the only one I think? Okay, cultural. And then also I was gonna say, if any men, like if their child needs a haircut or would have not locally in here, you can go to Legendaries on 4th Avenue. My brother's shop is, barber shop is there. So, you know, we have men in there that basically like, you know, will give you nice haircuts. You also have uppercuts too around, well, uppercuts is like when you're coming down 4th Avenue, but that's what is that, 16th Street and 4th Avenue in a sense. So it's like right there on the corner. And those two are one of the best barbershops you can go into to get your child's haircut.
Great.
All right. Thanks, everybody. You all have a good night, and we'll be in touch in the morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, I love you. Thank you.